96.9 The Breeze, Tony Aaron, City Manager, City of Early. Welcome, welcome.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
You guys have got, and I know it's out there, people know about it because I did the survey, but
Thank
just
you.
in case, absolutely, and I was, if there were tens, if there were thumbs, whatever it took, YMCA possibly in Early. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So, first thing to say is we've heard you. We've heard people talking and saying we need something for our youth. We need great places for community together. We need things for seniors to do. We've been hearing those, and behind the scenes, we've been preparing to bring this survey to everybody to really focus in and getting attention on the YMCA.
Now, for those that maybe have not seen the link to the survey, you can go to the City of Early website, I believe.
The website, it's also on our social media. We've posted it around town at various different locations. A QR code you can scan. You know, I wasn't really familiar with how those QR codes work, but I figured it out now. But if you can't scan a QR code, there's a web address at the bottom. You can click on it or type it into your address bar, and it'll take you right to that survey.
It's interesting you talk about it because I had to, I had to go get my iPad so I could scan from your from your Facebook
Exactly.
page
Yeah, it's
with
kind
my
of hard
phone.
to scan with your phone when you're using the phone, right?
And then I decided, this will be easier on a bigger device. So I switched, but got it done. And folks, I just want to tell you, it's important for us to put our input. When we come back, there's so much about YMCA for us to discuss, and we're going to be here the day to do it. The City of Early owns the Breeze Studios for today. 96.9 The Breeze, City of Early. I'm with Tony Aaron, and it's your day today, YMCA. So we're not at the starting line on this deal. I mean, you guys have put a lot of work into this before we even got to this point.
Exactly. We've been talking with David Hendricks and the Abilene YMCA for quite some time behind the scenes and just trying to build a plan together to see what would be possible and get some of the background work done before we bring this to the voters and the citizens and just let them know, is this something you want? So a lot been going on behind the scenes. We visited the Abilene YMCA. We took a tour and we went to Cedar Park YMCA, went to Hutto, and also to Round Rock YMCA. Visiting all of those to just start getting a feel for what would Brown County, what would Early's YMCA look like.
The interesting thing is, and we've got time to flesh all this out, but let's talk about the fact that people in the area talk a lot about, well, there's nothing for kids to do. Here's a perfect answer to that.
Absolutely. And, it goes beyond just there's nothing for kids to do, and here's an answer to that. It's like, what do we want our kids to do? That's what this survey's about. It's like, what does that entail that a YMCA can bring to the table? They said it when I first started talking to them about it. If you've seen one YMCA, you've seen one YMCA. Yeah. And the reason that is because they want to make that YMCA serve the community, and we want to make that YMCA what Brown County citizens want it to be. Looking
forward to talking more about it, YMCA, and the possibilities in Early and where it's going to be located. I'm excited about this. 96.9 The Breeze, the City of Early, and the Early Visitor and Event Center. We're here today. Talking today with Tony Aaron, City of Early City Manager, and the YMCA project. I just love everything about the town center.
Well, it's been a great project, and it's still going to have a lot of things coming.
So this is, if it happens, this is probably where that's going to be.
So that's what we want. We want the YMCA to be located in the town center. That provides traffic and community come into the town center. Businesses feed off of it. Recreation feeds off of business. It just creates this centric feeling, and I think the YMCA is really going to make it a community in a town center.
Who actually owns it? Is that a YMCA facility, or is it something the city owns?
So the way YMCA works is there's the corporate umbrella, the national umbrella YMCA, and they do a lot of the background work, a lot of the background programming. The facilities are ran by branches, if you would. And so, like in this case, we're working with the Abilene YMCA.
Okay.
Well, the Brown County YMCA would be an affiliate of the Abilene YMCA, and it would be run under that umbrella of the Abilene YMCA. Have our own name, our own board, but the agreements, which we still have to work out, typically look in some way of the local body, the government entity that would build the facility, own the facility. The YMCA operates it and operates on it under a lease for a long period of time.
Nice. So it's an asset for the city.
Absolutely, it's
city
on
of
our
Early.
books as an asset.
I like that.
The lease coming in offsets some of the expenses, as far as from an income debt ratio type stuff. So it's a pretty in-depth project.
Well, I want to talk about some of the questions. We'll be back a little later on in the day to talk about some of the questions on the survey and the things that can be offered at the Y. 96.9 The Breeze, back with Tony Aaron, City Manager, City of Early. So how does that YMCA progress, how did we get there?
So after we've done these tours of the location, we decided we need to really kind of start bringing a community needs assessment to the community.
Okay.
So we developed a survey that was just kind of a generic community needs assessment around recreation for adults and seniors. And we actually put that survey out about 6 weeks ago, pushed it out in the same manner, and then kind of went on with some generic questions. And then just recently this week, we refreshed that survey and pushed it out, attaching the YMCA name to it. And the results we're seeing those results real time.
So, but you're getting more, if I understood correctly, you're getting more responses from the specific YMCA as versus just the needs assessment.
That's true, and it's kind of a marketing strategy on our part. People started filling out the survey when it was just kind of an early needs assessment survey, and up until the point that we put the YMCA name attached to it, it was doing pretty well. Once the YMCA name was attached to it, there was 3 times as many people took the survey in one day as had taken it in the previous 6 weeks. And so that tells us not only are people interested in recreation for our youth and seniors, but they're interested specifically in that recreation as being a YMCA. That name carries a lot of weight.
It does. Most everybody's familiar with that. And I do want to, you mentioned a good point. I think a lot of people immediately assume YMCA, it's for kids, it's for young people, but there's opportunities for seniors, and I'm kind of interested in that. We'll be back. 96.9 The Breeze. 96.9 The Breeze. So we're back talking about YMCA, City of Early. So it's a lot of folks assume this is geared only for kids programs, but there's senior programs in YMCA's nationwide that are fantastic.
Absolutely. It's for the whole family and for all age groups. And so seniors specifically in that conversation, it's a place for social gathering and social enjoyment, whether that's playing bridge or dominoes or whatever, or other kind of social groups that people can meet in. There's like programs like the Silver Sneakers, where there's aerobics or mobility work that's geared specifically to the seniors. And another thing that I think it helps seniors, but it's also across all ages, is there's the ability to partner with physical therapists, whether it's through the hospital or private therapists. And so people can actually report to the YMCA to get their physical therapy, whether it's by using equipment and stretching or it's aquatic therapy. So there's a lot of different ways that there's amenities that can help all ages.
You come to a point where it's like, I need to maintain strength, maintain flexibility, maintain balance, which is one of the first things that goes with seniors. And the fact that this is not just going to be an empty building with a lot of equipment and somebody to oversee it. There's actual people in there to assist.
There's programming that goes on behind the scenes. So there's classes to take that's led instruction, led working out, and then they also offer, personal training. So if somebody wants a little more one-on-one attention, that's offered as well, and everything is structured on a fee basis that seems to be very reasonable.
That's what most people are going to scream. How much is this going to cost? We'll do that next. 96.9 The Breeze. 96.9 The Breeze, we're talking YMCA Town Center. Early and Tony Aaron with me. So a lot of people, the first thing they think about is, well, what's that going to cost? So I know you posted a link to the Abilene fee, so that's a pretty good model for what we might expect here.
Absolutely. I think you can go to the Abilenes, look at their rates and fees on a membership basis, whether you're a single individual, a young teenager, or you're a family or a senior. So there's various different rates. Seems pretty affordable for what you're getting, because it's not just an access to a gym, it's an access to a gym, or if there's a pool, there's a pool. If there's access, to classes that are educational or cultural or, nutritional classes, gym, a basketball gym, if that happens in there. So it's pretty affordable. And then those that are less fortunate, lower income, there's scholarship opportunities as well to even bring that price lower.
When we talk about cost, City of Early, is there going to be some sort of a bond? Is that how you fund something like this?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we really don't know the total cost. The voters and the citizens are in it on right now that's what we're learning. Mm-hmm. What amenities are going to be in the facility will then determine the cost.
Sure. And
so once we have that estimated cost, we start that capital campaign. We look at corporate sponsorships.
Oh, yeah.
We look at donors and endowments. You do everything you can to drive that down. And then ultimately, what's left over is going to have to be a bond election. And so that really will tell our voters, what it would look like and what the cost is.
I think it's a brilliant idea to be working hand in hand with Abilene, because the YMCA, I'm sure, will be able to kind of guide you guys, especially where fundraising is concerned. It's an exciting time. We've got more to talk about throughout the day today right here on The Breeze. 96.9 The Breeze, Bob James, Tony Aaron. We're talking City of Early and a YMCA. I think, one thing we haven't mentioned is that just because this is in Early, this is not designed to be, hey, you got to show us your early water bill before you get in the door. This is for the community.
Absolutely. We're asking the community, Brown County, even those outside of Brown County that think they would use this facility, fill this survey out. It's for you. There's the county as a whole, we are one community regardless of city limit boundaries. People don't care where their city limits are, if they're going to a YMCA or they're going to eat somewhere. And so we feel like that this is a county partnership, and it's going to be for everybody. Hey, people from Coleman and Comanche may want to use this YMCA. Come on.
We were talking about seniors earlier in the day, and I'm thinking I can see a senior center, say, in Goldthwaite, in Sansep. Did I just put Goldthwaite and Sansep in the same sentence? Guys, I'm sorry. It's not football season. I'm okay.
Yeah.
From Comanche, Senior Center gets a busload of seniors that say, hey, we'd like to come to the Y for an event. Maybe they're coming to play dominoes, a seniors domino tournament. I mean, things like that. These are all possibilities.
They're all possibilities. And the good thing about those possibilities is you have the structure in place with the YMCA that already knows how to deal with those things. It's not the City of Early or Brown County having to come up with how do we put on a domino tournament. Wow. The YMCA has employees that are working with those things to keep those activities going and driven so the community has things to do. And in your example, hey, if they stop somewhere and eat supper or lunch, there's some economic development coming into Brown County for that.
Yeah, who's not gonna come to town and pick one of our fine restaurants locally?
Absolutely.
For a little something before or after. City of Early, Tony Aaron, it's their day today on The Breeze. 96.9 The Breeze. So we're talking YMCA in the City of Early and the surveys out there. You guys are getting results real time.
Yes.
But this is an improvement in not just the City of Early, but in the community that we are together.
Absolutely. And, that's going right into it. We're in the phase of what does a YMCA look like in Brown County? What do you want? We'll get to a point of what you want is going to cost this. Mm-hmm. And we're going to try to close those gaps we can by donations and partnerships. But in the event it gets to that bond discussion, it's going to be to the voters to decide. Our job right now is to provide as much information as we possibly can for people to make that educated decision and address their needs. And so getting them involved early on and letting them know there could be a bond, they can analyze this a lot closer and gives them time to really think through that.
I don't think there was anything in the survey that I thought, no, we don't really need that, or I think we're good in that area, because I'm thinking, we mentioned possibilities of things we've seen in YMCA's like pools, basketball courts, things like that. It comes at a little extra cost, but if we're going to do it, do it right. But I like the fact that you're putting this back in our court. It's like, you've spoken, now you get to make a decision.
Exactly, and I think that's good for all of us to be involved in. And so the other thing that's really great, and it's so much about this town center project, and even now the YMCA, is we're helping build a community together. And so the voters and the people that are involved in this project are helping shape the future of what our community is going to look like. And I think that's so refreshing to see everybody involved in getting behind this project and the project of the early town center.
We're going to visit one more time today, coming back, 96.9 The Breeze. 96.9 The Breeze, wrapping it up for the day with Tony Aaron. So I guess I would encourage people, if you haven't taken the survey, you don't have to live in Early. Jump on the City of Early
Absolutely.
site, go on the City of Early Facebook page, social media, and be engaged.
Definitely be engaged. We want to hear from you. That's why the survey's there. That's what it helps us do, is shape the next decisions. And so kind of talking about the next timeline of where we're going with this is, once we run this survey for a while, we'll start engaging in architects and engineers to start giving us an idea of what that facility looks like. And then that'll come with the cost. And then from there, we can start making those next step decisions if that's what the people in this community want and want to support.
I'm excited about, from the financial end of it. It's very, everything that I saw based on Abilene's fees, very affordable. And like you said, if you're a senior, if you're low income and just can't do it, there's opportunities to get that taken care of. But even for every day, a gym membership is going to cost you that much.
Exactly. I think it's great, and there's a whole lot more than just a place to work out. There's more that we haven't even talked about that YMCAs are involved in.
I am looking forward to the beginnings of the picture of, because I was going to ask you earlier, I was going to say, well, how many square feet are we looking at? We won't know until the public speaks.
Exactly. And that's what decides, indoor pool, outdoor pool, 1 gym, 2 gym, indoor track. All of those things affect the square footage, affect the cost. But that's what we've got to do, is hear from the people that are stakeholders in this and help us with this process.
I need a button on the survey that lists all that, and just one thing that says yes. We want it all. I mean, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. Tony, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate everything that's going on out in Early and in our community. It's a good time to be in Brown County.
Thank you very much.